the cemetery wall collapsed, and bones fell into someone's basement. That happened in Paris. Not in the Middle Ages. In 1780, for centuries, the dead had been buried inside the city walls, beside homes, beside markets, beside churches, until there was no room left. The city had kept its dead close. Too close. Same century. In rural Korea, the dead did not stay. They were carried out, up the mountain, off the farmland, out of sight. Same time, limited space. Two different decisions. Why did one city keep its dead inside, while the other carried them out? In 18th century Paris, burial was rarely permanent. The wealthy purchased private vaults, stone markers, engraved names, family plots. These could cost 3 to 12 months of income. They lasted, but most citizens did not own permanence. They rented it. Common graves were leased for 5 to 10 years. When the term expired, families either paid again or the remains were removed. Bones were transferred to ossuaries or underground tunnels. Permanence depended on payment. If descendants stopped paying, your place in the city ended. Even in death, space was managed carefully. By the late 1700s, churchyards were overcrowded, bodies layered, 5, 6, 7 deep. The soil could no longer absorb them fast enough. And in 1780, the wall at Les Innocents failed. It was not only a collapse of stone, it was a collapse of space. Millions of remains were relocated to abandoned quarries beneath the city, what we now call the Catacombs. In Joseon Korea, pressure came from agriculture. Flat land meant rice. Rice meant tax. Rice meant survival. Every usable field was protected, so burial moved uphill to slopes too steep to farm. The land itself cost nothing, but placement did. Families hired geomancers to locate auspicious ground. Transporting a coffin uphill required 20 to 30 men. Hours of labor, ritual preparation, food for the procession, free land, expensive positioning, and sometimes conflict. The most extreme cases were called amjang, secret burials. A family would bury an ancestor on land they did not own. If discovered, the opposing family could demand balchong, exhumation. The grave would be opened, the coffin removed. What followed was not only ritual tension, but legal cost. Some disputes, sansong, lasted decades. The mountain was not empty land, it was contested land. Burial was not only tradition, it was strategy. Both systems broke. Paris, 1780s. 6 million bodies were relocated underground. The catacombs filled with bone. Stone had promised permanence, but permanence ran out of ground. The city could not hold them anymore. Joseon, 19th century. Mountains near villages were covered in graves. Families began running out of slopes. The state intervened. Graves could be relocated. After memory faded, the mountain had limits too. One broke loud, with collapsing walls and mass relocation. One broke quiet, with crowded slopes and gradual erasure. But both broke. Because space is finite. 300 years later, we are still choosing. Pay once for stone that lasts, but risk running out of room, or move the dead early and pass the labor forward. One bill comes early, the other comes later, but both come. If you had lived then, Would you have kept the dead close until the city cracked? Or moved them early and accepted conflict in the hills? Same century, same human pressure, different decisions, different consequences, still echoing